Cheese might be one of the oldest happy accidents in human food history, dating back more than 7,000 years. Ancient records suggest early herders in Mesopotamia and the Fertile Crescent discovered that storing milk in animal stomachs caused it to curdle into something solid, tangy, and far easier to preserve. That simple fermentation process, driven by bacteria and enzymes like rennet, would eventually evolve into more than 800 recognized cheese varieties today. The transformation is scientific and almost magical at the same time. Milk proteins called casein coagulate, trapping fat and water into curds while whey drains away. What remains becomes flavor, texture, and culture itself. Across centuries, cheese became a global language of taste, shaped by climate, bacteria, aging caves, and human creativity. One of the most iconic examples is Cheddar cheese, which originated in the English village of Cheddar in Somerset as early as the 12th century. It is made by shreddering, a process where curd slabs are stacked and turned to expel whey and develop a dense structure. This mechanical pressing creates a firm, crumbly texture that sharpens as it ages. Young cheddar tastes mild and creamy, while aged versions can develop crystal-like tyrosine deposits and intense umami depth. By the 19th century, cheddar became so widely produced that it accounted for nearly half of Britain's cheese consumption. Today, it is one of the most exported cheeses in the world, valued for its meltability in burgers, sauces, and comfort foods. In stark contrast comes Brie cheese, a soft ripened cheese from the Ile-de-France region that dates back to medieval France. Brie develops its signature edible white rind through Penicillium candida mold, which ripens the cheese from the outside in. Inside, the paste becomes creamy, almost buttery, with a mild earthy aroma that intensifies as it matures. Historical records show Brie was once demanded as tribute by French royalty during the Middle Ages. Its high moisture content and delicate structure make it sensitive to temperature, which is why traditional Brie is often aged in cool, humid cellars. When perfectly ripe, it becomes nearly spoonable with a flavor profile that blends mushrooms, cream, and subtle nuttiness. Then there are the bold and controversial blues, including cheeses like Roquefort cheese. According to legend, Roquefort was discovered when a shepherd left his bread and cheese in a cave in southern France and returned months later to find it transformed by Penicillium roqueforti mold. This mold creates dramatic blue-green veins and a sharp, salty, tangy flavor that can feel almost spicy on the palate. Roquefort must be aged in the natural Combalou caves of Roquefort-sur-Sorsson, where limestone walls regulate humidity and airflow. Blue cheeses are scientifically fascinating because the mold grows inside air channels created by piercing the cheese with needles, allowing oxygen to fuel vein development and flavor complexity. A completely different masterpiece comes from Italy, Parmesan cheese, known traditionally as Parmigiano Reggiano. Production is tightly regulated, with origins dating back nearly 900 years in the Emilia-Romagna region. Each wheel requires around 600 liters of milk and is aged for a minimum of 12 months, though premium versions age up to 36 months or more. During aging, enzymes break down proteins into amino acids, creating intense umami crystals that give Parmesan its signature crunch. In 2008, a bank in Italy famously used thousands of wheels as loan collateral, showing just how valuable this cheese is. Its granular texture and salty depth make it a cornerstone of pasta, soups, and risottos. Moving into the world of fresh cheeses, mozzarella cheese stands out for its elastic texture and delicate flavor. Originating in southern Italy, traditional mozzarella was made from water buffalo milk, particularly in the Campania region. It is produced through pasta filata or stretched curd technique, where curds are heated in hot water and kneaded until they become smooth and stretchy. Fresh mozzarella contains up to 60% moisture, giving it a soft, milky taste that pairs perfectly with tomatoes and basil in caprese salad. Industrial versions made from cow's milk dominate global markets today, but buffalo mozzarella remains a protected designation of origin product. In Switzerland, the iconic hole-filled structure of emmental cheese is not just decorative but scientific. The holes, known as eyes, are formed by carbon dioxide bubbles produced by Propionibacterium freudenreichi bacteria during fermentation. Historically produced in alpine dairies since the 13th century, emmental wheels can weigh over 100 kilograms. The cheese is aged in cool mountain cellars where controlled humidity allows slow bacterial activity. Its flavor is mildly nutty and slightly sweet, making it a classic melting cheese in fondue, where its elasticity and smoothness become essential to Swiss culinary tradition. From the Netherlands comes Gouda cheese, one of the world's most traded cheeses, named after the city of Gouda. Dating back to the 12th century, it was historically sold in market squares where farmers negotiated prices before weighing wheels on giant scales. Young Gouda is smooth and creamy, while aged Gouda develops caramelized, butterscotch-like notes and crunchy protein crystals similar to Parmesan. Some varieties are wax-coated, which helps retain moisture and allows controlled aging. Today, Gouda accounts for more than 50% of Dutch cheese production and is exported globally in both industrial and artisanal forms. In the Mediterranean, Feta cheese represents an entirely different preservation method. Traditionally made from sheep's milk or a mix with goat's milk, Feta is stored in brine, which preserves it for months without refrigeration. Its origins trace back to ancient Greece, with references even in Homer's Odyssey describing early cheesemaking in caves. The brining process gives Feta its sharp, salty tang and crumbly texture. Unlike aged cheeses, Feta does not develop rind or deep complexity over time, but instead maintains a bright acidity that defines Greek salads, pastries, and meze platters. Soft ripened French cheeses like Camembert cheese share similarities with Brie, but have a stronger, earthier profile. Originating in Normandy in the late 18th century, Camembert is traditionally made from raw cow's milk and molded into small rounds. As it ripens, the interior becomes runny, while the rind develops a bloomy white coating. During World War I, Camembert was supplied to French troops, making it a national symbol of comfort food. Its flavor intensifies with age, shifting from mild creaminess to pungent mushroom-like depth. From the Middle East and Mediterranean region comes halloumi cheese, a semi-hard cheese famous for its high melting point. Made traditionally from a mixture of goat's and sheep's milk, halloumi is folded and brined, then often stored with mint leaves for preservation. Unlike most cheeses, it does not melt when heated because of its unique protein structure formed during curd stretching. This makes it ideal for grilling or frying, where it develops a golden crust while staying chewy inside. Its origins trace back centuries in Cyprus, where it became a staple protein in rural diets. Finally, everyday fresh cheeses like cottage cheese and cream cheese show how simple milk transformation can be. Cottage cheese is made by curdling milk and draining it gently, leaving soft curds with a mild, slightly tangy flavor that is high in protein and low in fat. Cream cheese, developed in the United States in the late 19th century, is made by blending cream and milk with lactic acid bacteria to create a smooth, spreadable texture. It became commercially popular after the invention of Philadelphia brand packaging in 1880. These fresh cheeses may lack aging complexity, but they highlight the earliest stage of cheese making itself, where milk is still closest to its natural state before time and microbes transform it into something entirely new.